Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today, we're talking this guy. The whiny ginger is back in the news, so we're here to talk about it. Just want to say a huge thank you to all the new subscribers. I'm so glad you're here and you found me. Be sure to spread the videos around, share them, whatever you got to do, trying to grow this channel. And thank you to everybody who stuck with me from the beginning. I really appreciate it. I put it out in the last video that if I can make it work out, I would really like to go to the coronation. I'd like to get the crowd reactions. I'd like to see if these two show up. I'd just like to talk about it all and get it on video and talk about it with you guys and share what I can see and find. So if you want to further support, I set up a tip jar. It's at ko-fi.com. Real Housewives Recaps. The reason I use them is because they don't keep any of the tip. It actually goes straight to me, and I will put that straight toward going to cover the coronation. So a huge thank you to those who have already given. I really appreciate it. If you're interested, go to this link here and check it out. Thank you so much. Let's dive into this.
More Meghan Markle icks.
I never saw
Watch
pictures
this.
or videos of a walkabout. She's like, what's a walkabout?
Look at his face. He's like, what? Now listen to what he says right after this.
As much as I knew from my own experience of what I'd seen, but the piece I really didn't know about was the style, right? And what a woman needed to, how they needed to dress and all that sort of stuff.
With his own words, he describes how he prepared her for that. The only thing he didn't know was the style aspect. At the beginning of this documentary and other interviews, he's repeatedly said how much he's tried to prepare her for the world that he lives in. And then she throws him under the bus like, nobody prepared me, we're just thrown into the wolves.
Anne Hathaway.
And then this scene.
Me?
She's totally this relatable, unpolished girl instead of a grown woman who knows she's dating a royal man.
Guys, this could get me cancelled, but am I the only millennial that just doesn't like Meghan? I feel like everyone else my age is like, Meghan and Harry, Meghan and Harry. And I'm like, I do not like that girl. I don't trust her. For someone who clearly doesn't like the royal family and who wants privacy and everything, why did she do the Oprah interview? Why are you doing this Netflix documentary? Why is Harry releasing a book? You seem pretty obsessed with the royal family. And I've only seen clips so far from their documentary, and I'm really looking forward to watching it. And hopefully my mind will change. But from the clips that I've seen of her, she comes across as just a rude, arrogant, disrespectful Hollywood superstar who's just obsessed with herself and fame. And it's just baffling why anyone likes her. And I feel like I'm the only person my age that doesn't like her. Everyone else is like, oh, you don't like Meghan and Harry?
It was the first time that I went, oh my God, people actually believe this stuff.
He says Meghan and Harry are living separate lives and he is reaching out to old friends.
There are persistent reports from extremely well-placed people, some of whom are long-standing friends of Harry's, that Harry and Meghan lead entirely separate lives and are de facto separated, although they are living supposedly and ostensibly and superficially and very occasionally under the same roof.
It's not uncommon to cut toxic family members out of your life. I've done it. My husband has done it. I've encouraged clients, not encouraged as I don't tell clients what to do, but I've encouraged clients' choice to, and supported a client's choice to cut a toxic family member out. It happens. It is extremely, 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 extremely rare that you will see two people or one person cut like the entire family out. Really, the only person that Harry has any contact with is his cousin, Eugenie. And you see her in the docuseries, and really the only person that Meghan has any contact with is her mother, who is feeding into this current narrative, particularly the racist one. So she's allowing her mother in their lives because her mother is feeding into this and buying into it. And Eugenie is kind of doing the same thing. And so they have basically one person on either side. And they did show in the docuseries that the niece is now sort of back in Meghan's life. But again, she's in Meghan's life when Meghan wants her there. So there's some control there.
This thing about the press, I love what you just said. That he's used the same tactics that he accuses the royal family of using. This came out in their, they sued the Daily Mail for defamation. It came out like Omid Scobie, Who's he with, Deb? Is he in Vanity Fair? Harper's Bazaar. Okay, Omid Scobie is their stenographer. He is Meghan and Harry's stenographer. He's purportedly a royal correspondent. Bullshit. All he does is write down what they, use Harry's word, through leaks, they will feed or have a conversation with the correspondent. That correspondent will literally be spoon-fed information and write the story. And so that's exactly what this guy does for them. And then at the bottom of it, it will say Buckingham Palace refused comment. And he says, but the whole thing is Buckingham Palace commenting. That's exactly what Harry and Meghan do. By the way, it's what virtually everybody in media does. If I could tell you the number of negative stories that have been written about me that I understand 100% who is behind it, an institution that may or may not have employed me, and then at the bottom they say, oh, this organization was not available for comment. Meanwhile, the whole thing has been drafted by that organization. It's very obvious. It's disgusting. It's toxic. It's nasty. But they're not in some special place. They're public figures. This is what comes with the role. Get
and they want to make money off of being public figures. And that's what drives me crazy about this media coverage of them. Remember, what was it, ABC, who let Oprah interview them without really disclosing the extent of their personal relationship? She lives like right down the street in Montecito, which is like the most beautiful place in the world. And they let Oprah do this like allegedly hard-hitting interview. But what that benefits Harry and Meghan, and they know it because they traffic on their reputation. Like that's how they make money. That's how they go to Netflix and say, give me money, money me now. The Charlie Day quote from It's Always Sunny. That's how they do it, is because they can say, listen, we're doing really well at these interviews with ABC. We can talk to CBS. We can talk to Anderson Cooper whenever we want. He's going to give us a positive platform. We're going to come out looking great. And it's the journalists who talk to them. They're not entitled to positive media coverage. I mean, look at the trajectory of public opinion about Meghan Markle. It has nothing to do with her politics. It has nothing to do with her race. People generally liked her until she started publicly acting like a brat. And then public opinion of her tanked. It's just completely logical. But they don't want to accept that. And neither do the journalists who cover them because they want to pretend. They want to use these straw men and say this is about politics. This is about racism because they think that's good for their ratings. That's what they believe ideologically because they live in these bubbles. And meanwhile, Harry and Meghan are making millions and millions of dollars off of this nonsense.
12 statements in 17 months. And Harry says they didn't put statements out.
But the whole story is Buckingham Palace commenting. So when we're being told for the last 6 years, we can't put a statement out to protect you, but you do it for other members of the family, there becomes a point when silence is betrayal.
Oh my goodness. I had so much fun making this one. I really did. It's nice to get my thoughts out there and to communicate with you guys exactly how I'm feeling while sharing the TikToks. I have so many of you reaching out saying how much you enjoy them and that you don't have access to them. So I'm so glad that I can provide that. Thank you for all the love and support. It really means the whole wide world to me. I appreciate it. Again, I ask you kindly, if you are interested in seeing the coronation, let me know in the comments just so I have a rough idea if that's something you guys want to do. And if you want to further support the show, check out that KO-FI coffee, I believe it's pronounced, coffee, and it's / Real Housewives Recaps, where you can leave a tip that would go toward that trip. The other way to support the show is check out my Patreon, patreon.com / Real Housewives Recaps. That's where I do deep dives on things like Sex and the City. I go episode by episode and have a lot of fun over there. So check that out. Guys, thanks for everything. I really appreciate it. And thanks for hitting that sub button. And I will talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.